Hey y'all, we're doing some amazing cooking on the Grillin TV network with some fantastic chefs.
Hey, so don't mind me, just make sure you subscribe to the Grillin TV network. Hey, there's no need for me to sell this video to you guys. Listen, this is one of the most in the top 5 video requests that I have. Today, we making smothered oxtails. Let's get it. Okay, so look, you guys are looking at all of the ingredients. Listen, it's not a whole lot, right? This is it. If you want to make great tasting smothered oxtails, this is all you need. And as always, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. Okay, so look, the first thing I'm gonna do is, oh, and by the way, listen, these have already been cleaned. Put these in cold water, a little lemon juice, worked them around, gave them a good rinse and patted them dry, right? So what I'm gonna do is, you wanna get yourself, this is what you guys gotta do, get yourself a bowl, right? You know what I mean? Now, I'm gonna come with my W sauce, just add this over the top of there, right? That's more like for flavor, obviously, and then again, it's for that binder, right? So now, listen, we had a cup and a half of flour, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get that ready, right? This is my half a cup, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna be using my beef seasoning, right? This is from the Level Up, my Level Up series, right? This is right here is what gives it a lot of that flavor, right? Gives us a little bit of that smokiness to it, and all of that color, right? So we add that there. Notice I got a set of gloves on. If you guys don't have it, that's okay. You know, for years I didn't cook with no gloves. Then I just add a little bit of flour on here like this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just mix everything. Okay, so look, obviously I'm using my cast iron skillet. I'm doing that for a reason because we're getting ready to start to, brown our oxtails, right? So I got a little heat on the bottom of here. I'm gonna pour my oil in here just to get this nice and hot. You can see it's starting to ripple immediately. So once our oil comes up to temp, right, got a little heat, what we're gonna do is we wanna brown. Now this part is like self-explanatory, you know what I mean? I'll just take it. You wanna brown all sides, right? So I'll just put them in just like this to start getting them going. That's what the grease is for. Now I'm not gonna bore you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting these down. You guys know what we're doing. Okay, so look, I want you to see, I've been browning them all over, right? You see this right here? When you see the little edges right here, they get a little crispy, that's where the flavor comes from. And check this out, I found these oxtails, they kind of like been cut, you know what I mean? So it exposes a little bit of the marrow. When I saw that, I said, ooh, look at the flavor that that's gonna bring, right? So we'll just start taking these. Now look, I'm gonna be using the crock pot. We wanna get these where they fall off the bone, right? So check it out, we just start loading these in here just like that. As I look at them and they look like this, look at that right there. You guys can already see that this right here is going to be amazing. Look, there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of them, you know what I mean? And then we're gonna move over to making that gravy, and then we're gonna go ahead and set it. Okay, so if you look right here, you can see I went ahead and just utilized my time and just cut down my onions, right? No particular way. You can look at all the different sizes and shapes. Doesn't matter. Look, it's gonna be in the crock pot. I'm probably gonna go for about 8 hours. You know what I mean? So these are gonna get nice and soft when they on. Now, what I did was I brought my oil back up to temp, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and just start adding, my flour, because guess what, folks? That's my seasoned oil, right? And this is my flour, and we finna start making us, it's a gravy, but I almost said we're gonna start making a roux. But that's kind of like what we're doing, right? So that was a half a cup. We working with what we had left, right? Then we add another one, right? So now we got 2 cups in here, right? And that depends on how much gravy you're gonna make. I would just probably ask you guys to stop right there because this is gonna make a lot of gravy, right? And then you wanna make sure you check out the consistency. Now, another thing I wanna tell you is we are not making a gumbo, so it doesn't have to be super, super dark, right? But notice I'm using a wire whisk. That's so that I can pick up anything on the bottom of this as we were, browning our oxtails, right? But actually, my cast iron skillet is well seasoned. Nothing really sticks to the bottom of it. So what we're doing right now is just cooking the flour taste out to ensure that we get the best flavor. After we, cook this for about 1 or 2 minutes, I'm constantly moving the whisk. Like I said, I just want the flour roux base to just touch the bottom of my pan so it can start cooking. Again, we don't want to have no flour taste. And now I'll start adding, my beef broth. you guys can kind of like get it. If you've been following me for a minute, say you new, you should be able to know by now, like, look, we build in flavor. We're using the beef broth just to get everything going. That has a lot of flavor in it also. And what I tell everybody, we got to taste as we go, right? So after we get this blended up and this is nice and smooth the way we want it, right? Then we're gonna taste it and then we're gonna adjust. You can add seasoning here, or you guys can add some salt, you know what I mean, which is a seasoning also. So we're just gonna do it just like you see right here. Get it all blended until it's nice and smooth. I want you to pay attention. Gravy, right? Look, it's a little bit on the thick side, right? So you can always take a little bit of your beef broth, you know what I mean, to get it where you like it, right? So we just add some to it. I like mine to be a little bit thinner than it is, and then you can reduce your heat because we don't want to make it too thick, right? So I'm gonna adjust my heat, get this a little bit thinner, and then I'm getting ready to introduce my onions. You guys see this right here? I want to show you something. We're gonna check the consistency. I just take it, look at that right there. I'll do it one more time so you guys can see. That right there is how I would like for it to look, right? Now it'll be a great time for me to just go ahead and taste it. Nothing like, you know, browning some meat. You get those bits in there. Now, we want it to be great tasting, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just give this just 2 small pinches of salt right now. I'm gonna work this in here, and then you know what I'm gonna do. You know we making gravy, folks. We gotta have that black, you know, that fresh black pepper. Right now, you see me just putting in, you know, the onions, right? Again, don't forget, I didn't do no type of cutting. It doesn't make a difference here because I promise you, after being in the crock pot for a few hours, they're gonna get nice and soft. They're gonna render down, release their flavors, and you're gonna have a oniony, you know, gravy, even if that's a word, right? So all we do is mix it like we mixing it, and now we're gonna go ahead and go with these cloves. Now I want you to take a look at them cloves. Them cloves are huge, right? So if you don't have no press, because I want to ask this question, how many of y'all been still mincing garlic? Got to get you one of those. Listen, it puts a smile on my face, folks. Now all you have to do is mix, pour on top, and you're ready. You seen that go in there, just to give you guys another look. That's how it looks like that. You just want to make sure that your oxtails are covered, but it doesn't, I guess it really doesn't matter, because once we put this heat on it, that's gonna do it, right? So we put that back in there. Now I'm getting ready to set it. All right, so look, now we're gonna hit power, right? We're gonna hit high. And listen, we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna cook this 6 to 8 hours. I'm gonna set this for 8 hours right now. You know what I mean? So I just hit my time, but I'm gonna check it again. I'm gonna probably do my first check at 6 hours just to see how soft they are. Hey, you know what? Let me take this time to say happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody out there. Now check this out. Listen, we're having a Memorial Day sale, right? 15% off for aprons, you know, t-shirts. And guess what? We putting the cookbook out there with a 15% off, you know what I mean? And then to make it even sweeter, we doing free shipping on everything, right? So with that being said, you guys can see it on the screen. I want you to look at the #1 comment. You got to put in there, listen to this now. It's got to be Memorial 15. That stands for the 15% off, right? And then when you get to the shipping, make sure you put in there ship free. Hey, with that being said, happy Memorial Day. Be safe, and back to the video. Okay, folks, now we finna take a look at it. Look, I looked at it at 6 hours, checked it. The small pieces was perfect. I decided to let it go maybe another 30, 40 minutes, right? So I went ahead and cut off everything. Now you guys get a chance to take a look. Look at this right here. Oh, man. Oh, look at that gravy. You can see them onions. And I don't want to beat it up too much because these right here are like, this is what I call succulent meat. When you make it like that, you see that right there? I don't know about y'all, but I'm finna get down. Now, if you pay attention, you look right here. Look, I just got me a bowl, got a little rice. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting some of this on here. Try to keep it off the sides. You know, we'll just bring it over here like that. Oh my goodness. When we talk about getting some gravy, because I know you guys see that rice, right? Just clean it off like this, and look at this right here. If this ain't money, I don't know what is. I don't know about y'all, but I like a lot of gravy. So I'll just put it over here and just let it run. And give it one more. Try to get a little bit of this onion. And that there, folks, is the way you make smothered oxtails. Now, look, I want you guys to take a look. You want to know if it's tender or not? No pressure. I'll just take it like this, and I'll just pull it like that. Look at this. The meat just pulls and pulls right off. If that ain't fair to you guys, look at that right there. You see how it is? Ah, cheers. Right on the money. This right here is fire, folks. I don't have to like sell it. Listen, you want to talk about something that's succulent, and let's just say you kind of like new to cooking, you kind of like nervous because you know Big Mama used to always make the the smothered oxtails. Oxtails, listen, trust me. Let the crock pot do all the heavy lifting. We brown them. You saw the way they look when they went in there. When you cover them with the gravy, you see the way they look right now. And when I tell you they fall off the bone, they fall off the bone. Hey, with that being said, I just want to say, hey, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And guess what, folks? I got some oxtails to eat. I'm out. Peace.